JURA will eat the core of Hidari, the Thorn soul bulb, and that's like Momoshiki and Kinshiki. Maybe that could happen, but there are several possibilities for JURA not to do that. First, as we know, every member of Otsutsuki has several people on his side, for example like Momoshiki. When Momoshiki and Kinshiki invaded Konoha, Momoshiki was accompanied by Kinshiki to create chaos when the Chunin exam was taking place, and they did it to collect chakra that was on Earth. But in the end, Momoshiki was cornered by Naruto and several other Kage, and finally Kinshiki gave his soul to Momoshiki, which was shaped like the Thorn soul bulb. Maybe the only difference is that the thorns are not owned by the core of Kinshiki, and after Momoshiki ate it, we saw changes in Momoshiki's body and the strength he gained after eating it. In conclusion, JURA could have eaten it like Momoshiki. But we must first understand about JURA's current condition. He just managed to knock out Boruto from a great distance with a Bijudama laser. And if we observe, JURA's comparable opponent may currently only be Boruto. Why Boruto? Because only he has superior abilities compared to others. Kawaki. I think it's very unlikely that Kawaki can fight JURA. Because in the previous episode, when Kawaki was fighting against Hidari, JURA was able to knock out Kawaki with one kick. And it can be concluded that Kawaki has not been able to fight JURA. Then what is Sarada? This seems like I don't need to explain. I think you guys definitely understand if Sarada is not an equal opponent if she has to face JURA. Maybe the only one who is currently balanced against JURA is Boruto. But right now, Boruto needs to recover first from his injuries. And if JURA is going to eat the core of Hidari, then chances are JURA has to be cornered and has no other chance to fight Boruto, or fight Kawaki and Boruto, because that's the only thing that would make sense if JURA is going to eat the core of Hidari. Before JURA eats it, maybe Matsuri and Bug will join in helping JURA fight them. And again, if JURA's situation is not really dangerous and has no other way, JURA will not eat it. He will use all his abilities to defeat them. Maybe in the next episode, JURA will revive Hidari, who has become the Thorn Soul Bulb. So what do you think? Does this make sense? By the way, what we just discussed was the commentary of the latest Boruto episode, Chapter 12. And after the official episode has been released, I will discuss your statements as well as your questions about the latest Boruto episode. And if you have any other questions, use the hashtag #AskNim, and I will answer them. Oh yeah. Become an Akatsuki member and get an Akatsuki ring next to your name when you comment. Thanks guys, and we'll move on to the next question or statement. I'm sorry, I don't hate Kawaki. But the fact is that many people say that Kawaki only stole Boruto's kills. Can we say that Kawaki did his best in the last episode? I don't think so. Kawaki was just a coincidence. Whether he was there or not, Boruto would have done the same thing. Boruto would have really defeated Hidari, because with Hidari's condition at that time already lacking part of his body, Boruto will easily finish it. So do you still think that Kawaki did the best? Even from the previous episode, Kawaki really didn't have any plan, unlike Boruto. And when Kawaki saw JURA, who was just standing without doing anything, Kawaki didn't attack him. Because as a threat, shouldn't Kawaki beat JURA? What do you think, guys? Next, I see a future power-up for Naruto Sasuke using the Thorn Soul. I'm not going to laugh or belittle this, but I don't think it would make sense if the title of the story is Boruto. We really need Boruto to shine in this story, maybe for Naruto fans, including me. This is a very annoying thing. How could it not be a ninja who has saved the world, has lost his power, and become very weak when he has a child? Many Naruto fans are disappointed to see that fact, and many have compared him to people who have been older but still have so much power. But in Boruto's story, things are not the same and are inversely proportional to Boruto's story. We have to accept that Masashi Kishimoto wants to make Boruto shine more and get better character development. So it will be very unlikely if Naruto will become very strong like in his era. Question 4. Where is Mitsuki? Honestly, I'm very curious. Where is he when Boruto and Sarada are in danger? Is he still thinking and looking for who the sun is? Or is he still somewhere with Ada? I don't know for sure, but supposedly when Konoha is in danger, especially Himawari and Sarada, Mitsuki should give a role to help or save them, because we certainly understand if Mitsuki really cares and loves the citizens of Konoha, especially Team 7 and Himawari. But there's a bit of sense to why Mitsuki is in the fight against Shinju. The reason is Masashi wants to show a new power for Boruto and Shinju. Besides that, he wants to reveal what happens if Hidari is defeated. And sure enough, it's all revealed. We get an answer to how to free Sasuke, so what do you think? Do you agree with this opinion? And the last question, JURA used a laser beam like the old Delta used against Naruto and blew off part of Kawaki's arm. If Delta can use lasers, then she should have shot some at JURA. And why didn't Delta do that? And what about Sarada? She didn't even use the Sharingan. For the first, this answer is very easy for us to answer. First, Delta does not have the same level of power as JURA. Delta was created by Amado, while JURA, he is a fragment of Jubi. From this conclusion, the level of power between Delta and JURA is very far, and if Delta does that, there are several possibilities. The first possibility is that the laser used by Delta will not be able to reach JURA, and if the laser used by Delta is able to reach it, then the resulting damage will not be the same as what JURA did. Besides, this will make Delta suicidal, because if JURA gets attacked, I don't think he will stand still without fighting back. Especially if JURA counterattacks, JURA doesn't need to bother destroying them. Then what about Sarada? Why didn't she use the Sharingan though? It's a little difficult to answer this, but I had a reasonable reason, and now I understand why Sarada didn't use the Sharingan in the last episode. Did you forget? In the episode when Shinju came to Konoha, Hidari and JURA were seen looking for the target they had been after, and we also saw not only JURA fighting against Konoha Shinobi, we also saw Hidari fighting against Sarada. But in that moment, Hidari, with an unexpected appearance, he used Chidori from behind Sarada. But Sarada managed to dodge and counterattack, and in that moment, Sarada's success was because of the active Sharingan Eye. She managed to dodge and attack Hidari with one Chidori. But Sarada managed to dodge and counterattack, and at that moment, Sarada's success was due to the active Sharingan Eye. She managed to dodge and attack Hidari with one Chidori. Then why in episode 12 Sarada didn't use it anymore? The reason is chakra. Using the Sharingan continuously will make the user lose a lot of chakra. And if Sarada does that endlessly, Sarada will not be able to use other jutsu when in danger. Moreover, Sarada's body has just been hit by Chidori, and therefore Sarada cannot use her Sharingan anymore. So what do you think? Does this make sense? And maybe that's all the questions I can answer about the latest Boruto chapter. If you have any questions, use the hashtag #AskNim and I'll answer them. Thanks to all the friends who have asked. I'm Nim. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye, Data Bio.